Okay, new turning point. Just went to the car. I found another ball. It's one ball rule, and it is the same make and model of the ones I've been playing today. So now I'm up to 4 golf balls, 18 holes to play. Yeah, that should be enough. Okay, you know what? Just one ball. Why do I need 4? I only need 1 ball for this 18. New goals. Don't lose a golf ball this 18. I'll probably score a lot better if that's the case. So let's do this.
This is definitely a golf course that on the scorecard you wanna force it. You know, it's a 450-yard par 5, right? There's a couple 320-yard par 4s. On the surface, you should be going 4 or 5 under par pretty quickly if you're gonna have a shot at getting in. But I think this is the type of property that you just have to stay patient. Stay alert. Holes like tournament number 2, just making sure you're on the right side of the green and playing the hole backwards and starting with that pin sheet and just figuring out where you want to hit your tee shots from there.
Well, prepping for tournaments is something that is not really a thing anymore. At least not in the same way that it was when we were, junior golfers and like competitive amateur golfers. Now I feel lucky if I've had like a few rounds in a couple weeks, just a little bit of continuity between golf.
How do you qualify? You have to finish top 3 out of how many people?
85.
85 people, you have to finish top 3. And then what score do you need to accomplish that? And we didn't really know until we went out there today and felt out the practice round, and sure, it might be a bit windier tomorrow, but it'll be similar, so you get a feel for it.
Honestly, anything inside of like 115 yards, like I'm set, because I'm very comfortable with hitting like full wedges.
That is such a rare thing in life, is to like pay to be in a place for 10 hours with 2 strangers and kind of feel obligated to talk to them for that amount of time.
Yeah, my swing is sloppy right now. It's not pretty. I made a lot of putts for a 76 today, so and it's a par 70, so that doesn't bode well.
You never know how you're gonna sleep either.
You never know. Yeah, I'm sharing a bed with Sean tonight, so we'll see how that goes. I did see he has like a 4-pillow setup, so I don't know if it's a divider and if I smell like shit or what that's all about, but
yeah.
840.
I should probably check that. 8:30.
8:30. Okay.
No, I'm 8:40. You're right.
8:40. How do I know this and you don't?
And when you look back at your amateur golf career, what are 2 events that come to mind, and what makes them so special to you?
You asked everyone this question?
Yeah.
Nice. That feels directed.
No.
No, yeah. Two that come to mind. right away are Canadian Am at Islington Toronto Golf Club when you caddied for me. Just because that's, to me, felt like the furthest stage I've ever gotten to in my life. And it feels different when you make it to the next stage. So that memory of showing up to the Canadian Am will always stay with me because it was a unique, new experience. And then, I guess, yeah, leading up to that tournament, the qualifying Ontario Am ambassador, yeah. And yeah, I mean, it's the best I've played in a large tournament, I guess you could say, like provincial or national championship. So that's why it sticks with me.
I mean, you say two, it's golf is a bit of a numbers game, so I try to enter a lot of tournaments, so I've been lucky enough to have some good results, but I've also played like shit a bunch. The last time I had a tournament at Victoria, I was 68-88, so I'm entering tomorrow with that on my radar, which is a little bit scary, but I think when I think of some of the highlights, definitely some of the college golf events come to mind. Representing Canada at the World University Games, definitely those are feelings in Bangkok and Sun City, South Africa that I'll never forget. And lucky enough to advance to U.S. Open sectionals, and the last time we were able to cross the border, what is that, 2019? So that was pretty cool. I might have posted a couple back-to-back 80s, but it's pretty sweet standing in the buffet line and Abe Answers right beside you with Luke Donald and Van Ruyen and Colin Morikawa was in the practice round group right behind me. And I think the other memory that stands out is getting into the USAM 15 years ago, believe it or not. Getting to play with Dustin Johnson and at qualifying was pretty cool, and seeing what it takes to be the world's best. And you want to hang on to the golf dream for as long as you can, but I think that was the day when I knew, like, this isn't going to be my living per se.
Yeah, maybe the Kingston City Championship. I guess partly, like, it wouldn't have been as special, but winning 3 in a row was pretty cool. That one, I feel like I, not fluked my way into the first one, but like, it was probably a surprise for everybody. And then to back it up twice was like, that gave me so much confidence. Definitely the USAM 4-ball, which was cool just because it was my first USGA championship, which was kind of a bucket list thing for me. But I was like so pumped to play in a USGA championship on a US Open venue.
Junior club championships when I was 17, winning that one, and then when I was 18, winning the men's club championship at my course. So yeah, no, it was big for me. Like, it's a memorable event because it went into a playoff, and I can remember on the first hole, like, having a birdie putt, and it snapped right, like 3 feet. The guy had already missed his birdie putt, so I knew it was for the win, and sinking that was pretty epic. I remember, like, the putter raise, and then, like, my dad and mom at the off the side of the green, like, congratulating me. It was pretty awesome.
Well, an easy one for me would be the 2015 Canadian University Golf Championship, and then the second one would actually be the WIG Standard Tournament in Kingston, Ontario at Cataraqui. They growing up there, they host a 36-hole event. That's probably best prepared me for, like, the 36-hole situation. I'd say those are probably the two that I'll, lean on my experience the most for during the rounds tomorrow.
Bit of a disaster in here. In typical Canuck fashion, Victoria gets off to a pretty polite start with its opening par 5 at the first, and just as you're thinking, great, what a leisurely oceanside round of golf this is going to be, you cross Beach Drive, and it's like Ty Domi is standing on the tee box waiting to drop the mitts, almost ready to knock your teeth out. If the centerline bunkers don't get you off the tee, the multi-tiered green site certainly will. Bust out your anxiety meds. Even with a wedge in your hand on your approach, you'll be scared shitless. Don't go long.
Oh, no.
This is one of my favorite holes in the country, and it's the first of many moments where you're thinking, just get the ball in the hole and move on,
That was nasty, Mike.
Sounds cool. The sound ricocheting off the wall, it was like, whoa, what did I do?
To Alex's point at the top of the episode, tournament pairings are definitely, in a sense, a bit of a wagering the house on red situation. It's a total gamble. You have no control. And it sort of works out in your favor half the time, maybe a little bit more. At Vic, we escaped damage-free. We got paired with Willy of Golf Canada's junior development squad, Jordan, a former college teammate of ours, and Conaire, who is a Calgary-based aspiring touring pro.
Honestly,
Not bad,
that's weird that it stayed short.
Both of those are a little scary.
Like, hit a few,
Yeah.
Sean, from like above the hole, because that's where you'll likely
So
be.
where's the other one you said?
Oh, it was just up here on the left.
Oh yeah, right there. Yeah, like right at your feet, kind of. It doesn't. Yeah, it's just a little frightening coming back down.
To me, it was like really easy. Like out there today, in our practice round, if anything, I was getting like overly looking outwards and just looking at the scenery and actually forgetting like I had to pick a line on certain shots and like I hit a golf shot. So it's just super easy out there to just feel like you're like one of the luckiest people at that moment.
So Victoria Golf Club sometimes gets a bit of a bad reputation for its inland holes, but I'm not really convinced that it's warranted. Tournament 6, for example, it's great mid-distance par 3. The short right bunker catches the bailout of golfers who are avoiding those scary long left runoffs.
Get left of it. Ah.
Tournament 7 is a really awesome raised setting for a tee box, and it's just so damn hard to keep the ball on that putting surface with its front to back slope.
See, it's all kind of goes away.
Sorry, so what's the number?
196.
196, and it's just going to release.
I like that they've got a big flag up here.
Yeah, it's very helpful.
When you walk across the parking lot, I get how the 8th tee box could be unappealing, especially for the fader or the golf ball, but it's a total test and it forces you to visualize that right to left tee ball, even if it's not one that's in your repertoire. Nine really makes you laser in off the tee. With its staggered bunkering, you gotta pick your landing zone and your distance off that tee shot.
All right, just finished round 1 at the USAM qualifying at Victoria Golf Club, and it wasn't my best effort. Sitting at 79 right now, so 9 over par. It's par 70. Goal for round 2 would be, I'm sitting at 9 over par. I mean, birdie every other hole, you know. Then I think even as a shot. So I don't think you're never out of it. There's birdies out here. You just have to, I don't know. You just have to do it and keep it out of the wind, and I don't know, half the holes. That's all I have to do.
Round 1, I shot 79. I was 44 on the front 9 and 35 on the back 9.
Struggled right from the get-go, and then just held on for dear life for the rest of the round, and kind of held it together, kept it semi-respectable, but my start was just ugly. Actually, ugly would be another good word too, because my first 4 holes were pretty horrible. So round 1 score was 85. I shot 47 on the front 9 and a 38 on the back. My turning point out there was my first par of the day, which came on the 5th hole. I started quad, triple, bogey, and then I dropped like a 10-footer for par. Felt good to make one, and then I parred my next hole. I'd like to make a birdie as well for round 2, because I did make one in round 1. So, wish me luck.
First round solid, happy. Really turned it around on the back 9, shot 74. It was 3 over on the front, 1 over on the back, with no birdies on the back. So really solid play. Some good birdie chances left out there, but happy to get after it this afternoon.
72, round 1, pretty gassed. I'm on 5 hours sleep. Did not want to get out of the seat, and the score is 10. But pretty optimistic right now. I was standing on the 16th tee, hit 3 tee shots there. I was lucky enough to find the first one thanks to, shout out to caddy Mel from Victoria here. So just got to grind it out, hit some good shots, and hopefully some fall on the backside. Here we go. The criticism of 10 is that it's just too short for the modern game. I 100% agree with that. But if Victoria Golf Club should take a page out of Juan Moiset's playbook, convert to a par 69, I wonder if that would silence the critics of the opening hole on the backside of Victoria Golf Club. It's super tricky, and it probably caters to the veteran golfer that has a little bit more experience rather than the fresh young kid that maybe hasn't seen crazy greens. shot.
I'm typically driver everywhere, and I did not want to hit driver here. But, I don't know, still deciding. I think for me it's a long iron, but you kind of get lost in it with the scenery anyways.
Wow. Things I can control are, am I committed to every shot? Do I have any doubt when I'm standing over the ball or when I'm hitting a chip or I'm hitting a putt? Things I can control are, am I remembering to consider speed and line on my putts, not getting too zoned in on just my line. On these greens in particular, if they roll them overnight and tomorrow morning, maybe erring on the side of playing a little bit more break. And especially if the adrenaline's flowing, putting a little bit less speed on it if I can and just dying the ball in the hole in the first few holes.
I think it's supposed to pick up the wind, but it plays a huge factor. Like you get out on the peninsula here, and it's a grind. It's a grind, even if it's downwind, it's a grind. But some of the holes, 13 and 15 in particular, I found extremely difficult today.
16. The wind's just like whipping from the left to this tight ass fairway, and I just, wimped out with my 4-iron, went in the right rough. I had a totally blind shot, hit the 7-iron over these trees, must have bounded over the green into the fescue, chipped that one to 15 feet and drained that one for par. So.
So money.
The last 2 holes, I made some pretty greasy pars, I guess. Dropped 17 was an absolute beast today. I went driver 5-iron and still had 40 yards into the par 4, 17th. Pitched it to 15 feet by and made the putt for par.
A shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I got Cypress vibes. I got Cypress vibes. Capilano, Vic, and Sagebrush are all kind of top of their class, of their category. It's just those categories are different.
Yeah.
It's like comparing like an SUV, a sports car, and a motorcycle. There's different ways to get around, but they each have their own, merits and things that make them appealing.
But it comes down to preference and which one thrills you more.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the hard thing about trying to compare golf courses in that way, right?
Very tough.
Yeah, comparing the three you just mentioned is an impossible task.
It is.
Right? It's a mood thing, but the setting here gives it the edge.
And why shouldn't that be considered?
Yeah.
And why shouldn't it be considered at some point?
So where would you rather be?
Vic,
true.
Yeah.
maybe is the only it would be 5.1 to 4.9.
It's true. The views and the surroundings are part of the golf experience, right? There's no way to decouple them.
Well, and if we believe that golf is good for the soul, then you can't decouple them, because what you get from being on a links or on an ocean is good for your brain, or around a mountain, or staring at a downtown city.
Yeah. And that becomes part of our kind of what is most important to you as a person rating golf courses. Stop being so ridiculous when you take minutes.
Brandon did a bad shot tonight. I walked up to his face and he goes, and he's like, I have the most childish reaction